So if he can bring the conditioning, it's going to be a tough battle for the other three guys. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be going over our top 4 contenders for the Olympia, because let's be honest, I feel like most of us already know or assume at this point that it is a 4-way battle for the Olympia title this year. Everyone else is fighting to break that top 5, but in my opinion, it's clear as day that there are 4 people who are really in contention for possibly winning the title. That being Derek Lunsford, Nick Walker, Hadi Chopin, and last year's Olympia winner, Samson Dota. So today, I'm going to be looking at their updates about 6 weeks out and see how all these guys are doing, and I'll give you my thoughts on them so far. So, first guy we're looking at today, Derek Lunsford. Now, I really like Derek Lunsford's physique. Personally, I know he gets a lot of hate, especially from I don't really know why he gets so much hate. Like, he's a Christian man, he seems like a great guy, but he definitely does get a lot of hate for whatever reason, and I think most of that is just because a lot of his wins have been really close or very controversial. So hey, what are you going to do? I personally really like his physique. He's obviously got that small waist, really wide shoulders. The only thing is his legs could be quite a bit bigger to help balance that out, but that's really his only weakness that I see. So looking at him here, I believe this is 6.5 weeks out. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure. Well, this is very recent. This was 5 days ago, so this is, yeah, about 6.5 weeks out. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not actually that impressed with Derek's conditioning. Now, I know right now anyway. Now, I know that Derek, he kind of likes to be a little bit, or the trend I'm getting from him is he likes to be a little bit softer leading into the competition, and then like right before he'll really get all conditioned up and stuff. And it has worked for him in the past, especially at the Arnold Classic. If we look right here, his conditioning was super solid there. But if I've got to be honest, Derek, for me, is a bit of a hit or miss. Sometimes he really brings it, and then other times it kind of falls apart. So while I do think his conditioning is still decent for this is him 6 weeks out, like you could see, like he's absolutely got like lines, a couple lines going across his chest. You know, he's got the separation between the muscles, but it's nothing crazy in my opinion. So not too impressed with his conditioning so far, but I mean, you know, it doesn't matter how lean you are 6 weeks out, it only matters how lean you are on show day. Next is Hadi Chopin, and this guy is always freaking conditioned. That is Hadi's strength at the Olympia. Anyway, this was 20 hours ago. I mean, you can clearly see at this point in time, he's definitely more conditioned than Derek. Like, especially, I know Derek, one of his weaknesses is like the conditioning of the chest. Hadi's chest is peeled. He's got the serratus. Like, look at the detail there. So I'm always very impressed with Hadi's conditioning. He really does not leave things till last minute, and he'll be like really close to maximum conditioning, like quite far out from the competition. So if we just look at him here, I mean, look, you got the serratus, the quads, the veins, the vascularity. Bro always freaking brings a peeled physique to the stage, and I'm always super impressed with his conditioning. That's his strength on stage, is conditioning, and I do feel like Hadi has been out of everyone, he's always the most consistent with his conditioning. Like, he always brings it to the stage. I've never seen Hadi be like, oh, you know, yeah, he really didn't bring the conditioning, or he was watery or off. I mean, maybe he could be off from like his maximum conditioning, but even when he is off, he's still like the most conditioned guy on stage. So, I mean, I totally expect him to bring it. Bro is absolutely shredded this point in time out. So, I mean, I think he'll bring an absolutely shredded package. Will he win? Tough to say. We'll get to those predictions a little bit closer to the Olympia, but he's definitely looking really good for 6 weeks out. Then we got Nick Walker, and Nick, I feel like, has just recently, entered this, conversation of possibly being able to win the Olympia, especially what happened at Pittsburgh. And I'm pretty impressed with his conditioning. I think it's very good, definitely better than Derek's at this time, but I would say not as good as Hottie's. And we all know, Nick's weakness. It's really the waist. If Nick had a waist as small as Derek Lunsford, I believe he would win the Olympia and he would freaking dominate. But he can't be blessed with everything. He's got a bit of a wider waist, although he has put on so much muscle now that when he's not standing next to someone, I mean, that's a pretty good V-taper, and he's got flaring lats, wide shoulders, the best arms in the open lineup, so he's looking very good. And if we just see his legs, his legs from the front are not as good. That's another weakness for him from the front anyway. From the side and rear, I think his legs are phenomenal, but we can see very grainy, hard conditioning already in the legs and in the hamstrings. I mean, you can see hamstrings are a really strong muscle for Nick. I mean, you see all the separation there. So I think he's also doing really, really good for about 6 weeks out. This was more like 8 weeks out, and I mean, look at him right here. Holy shit. I mean, that is a lot of conditioning. So I fully expect Nick Walker to absolutely bring it to the stage. He's kind of like Hottie. I've never really seen it where even when he is off, he always has good conditioning. So I have no doubt in my mind that Hottie and Nick will bring really good conditioning to the stage. Derek, and we're getting to him, Samson, I feel like it's a bit of a hit or miss. Sometimes they really bring it, and other times they don't. So, I don't know. But now our reigning Mr. Olympia champion, honestly, Samson right now, I think, even though I would say I think Nick and Hottie, or especially Hottie anyway, are more impressive conditioning-wise than Samson. Samson 6 weeks out is actually looking really good. Like, for Samson being 6 weeks out, this is really good conditioning for him. He just did, this was a guest posing comparison. I believe the one on the left here was 12 weeks out, and this is him 6 weeks out. He is way more conditioned here. You can clearly see the separation in the quads, the chest, everything. So Samson, I mean, I definitely have doubts on if he will bring that crazy Hottie Chopin rock hard conditioning to the stage. I mean, how it's going right now, it's looking like he's gonna bring it, but again, I do have some doubts in my mind because he has never came in to Hottie Chopin shredded on stage. So I do have doubts in my mind, but if he does bring it, and so far from this update or whatever, it really does look like he's trying to dial in the conditioning. Obviously, he lost to Derek Lunsford at the Arnold Classic, and that was largely due to him not being as conditioned as Derek. So if he can bring the conditioning, it's going to be a tough battle for the other three guys. That's the only thing really holding him back, and so far it's going really well for him. All right, but those are the updates on the 4 guys in the conversation. Maybe around 3 weeks out, we'll take another look at them, and then I'll give you my real predictions on where I think these guys are going to place. But as of right now, I am even though Hottie is the most conditioned, I'm actually most impressed with Samson right now for being, in comparison to where I feel like they normally are when they get shredded for a show. I feel like Samson has impressed me the most. And Derek, if I'm gotta be honest, is looking a little soft right now. But, again, doesn't matter how conditioned you are 6 weeks out. It only matters how you bring it to the stage. So let me know in the comments, who do you think's gonna win? Is Samson gonna repeat? Is Nick Walker gonna take the show? Who freaking knows? I can't wait. 6 weeks out from the Olympia. So damn excited. But if you guys have enjoyed, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new here. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.